So one thing how I know that I'm slightly off track for myself is if I start to use the word should far too much. And this could be shoulding myself or shoulding others. And if this happens, also it usually goes along with a feeling of being pretty irritated and not very much in my body, then I know I'm trying to manipulate. So if I'm shooting myself, I'm trying to manipulate myself to be different than I actually am, or to do something that I like really feels off. Or I'm trying to manipulate someone else, like they should not be nasty to me. Things like that, which of course I don't want them to be nasty, but we always have to ground ourselves back to reality. And reality is right now they're nasty, so what am I going to do about it? So, but what I also wanted to say in this context is, I see a lot of tendency being like, we're just going to not use the word should and just exchange it for another word. I don't think that this is necessarily working, because it's not about the word should. It's about what is behind the word should. So if you're just using another word, but you're doing the exact same thing, it's not going to change anything. And I feel like you're going to feel the difference in your body and in your energetic body when you're able to take yourself out of this space. And the first thing I would do is to just pause and reflect and ask myself why I'm going to this shooting place so much. And to, give myself a moment to breathe and to be really aware that this shooting means that there's shame in the room. Like I'm somehow shaming either myself or someone else because I want to control a behavior. And that's where it needs to stop. And I would really look at why I'm trying to do this right now. Like, what's the pain behind it? And I would try to find a place where I can feel a little bit more comfortable in my body before I do anything, before I try to push myself or anyone, because those situations are usually when you're then, for example, you're shooting someone else and you're then trying to communicate with them while you're in this shooting place. It's usually going wrong. And I don't mean like just be nice to people and let them do whatever they want to do. I mean like if you're in this place, you're usually not clear. Like you don't really 100% know where you stand. You're just being very triggered. And it makes sense to just give yourself a moment to find back to yourself, find back to your own clarity, and find what you really need in this moment in order to be able to make sure you're not going off onto some tracks that are not beneficial to you or anyone else in the equation. And one of the things that is really important when you're having this is to be kind to yourself first and to hold yourself in this space and not to make yourself wrong for what you're feeling. Yeah, that's just been a short impulse of today around the word should. So if you're interested in having a coaching session with me and just having a conversation about your life and see if we can get more clarity into your life, feel free to look at the links and book me, and also follow along if you want to have more content like that.